day has finally arrived. The E-Cells 5-star dual star package electric bike has arrived. One of the most highly anticipated e-bikes of the year. Well, the 5-star has been out for a while, but now you can get the dual battery version delivered, which in my opinion, how fast the 5-star can burn through battery, probably not a bad thing to take into consideration. It's a high power e-bike, 2400 watts peak power, 40 amp controller, 60 volt system, one of the baddest bikes on the market this year.
Holy crap, dude, 40!
You can see the current price linked below the video in the description box. It should be about $27.95 before my discount code, which is linked down there in the description box. It'll get you the best price on this e-bike and also help support my reviews if you do decide you want this thing. If you got the cojones, that is, this thing is not for everybody, honestly. It's pretty outrageous. But don't buy it just yet. We gotta crack this thing open, take a closer look at it, then take it out for a full review and pretty much take it on a little juice joyride.
Probably not the best use of rubber, but hey.
It was fun. So right away, cracking the box open, we can see the second battery back here, which the second battery is a 60 volt, 15 amp hour, 900 watt hour energy battery. And our main battery should be in this box right here. Also, when you go to order this thing, there's a lot of options, including color, size, and a ton of different stuff you can customize. And it comes with Kenda Crusade 26x4 tires, knobby tread, and some monster size Tektro 203mm rotors with a thickness of 2.3mm. It comes with double wall alloy wheels. These are the matte black option, but there are various color wheels you can choose in the link below this video in the description. Metal fenders. Don't be a dummy, wear your helmet. And here's what we're looking like when we get out of the box. Gotta get some air in that tire soon. And of course it is full suspension with a D&M AO8RC air shock, sitting on a 4-bar linkage. Of course you do get adjustments on that suspension. And with an air shock, you can adjust how much air is in there. I meant to say with a shock pump like this. These things have way more PSI than on a typical bike pump. So you can tune this shock to your specific weight. And also part of the dual star package is the dual crown fork up front. It's an air fork with adjustments, and you can change the amount of air pressure in there very easily. And there is a rebound adjustment down here on the bottom of the fork. It is the E-Cells dual crown fork with 124mm of travel. In a nutshell, the suspension on this thing is like way better than most e-bikes we see on this channel. So let's unwrap this thing just a bit more. Check it out. It's got 5 stars right there, and 5 more on the other side. Is that only on the dual star, or do they do that on the 5-star too? And as mentioned before, this is the matte black. I just thought it looks mean. I mean, this is such a menacing bike, why not? But there are plenty of color options available in the link below the video. And check it out, we have the double wall chain guard now, so our chain should not be falling off anymore. I had a little trouble with that on my prototype original E-Cells bike. This will come on all bikes they ship though. And of course we get the massive chain ring, so this is excellent for high speed pedaling. You can actually keep up with it while you're rolling at like 35, 40 miles an hour. It's kind of a big problem on a lot of e-bikes I review. You kind of just run out of, you can't keep up with it after like 20. So in case you missed my original 5-star review, here is the potted 60 volt 40 amp controller. It is mounted externally, not in like a box or anything, so it can breathe better, dissipate that heat. This bike runs high power, and heat buildup is a thing. I have been unable to overheat my original one, so I think the potted controller deal works pretty well. We'll get a closer look at that text down there in a minute, but it is 60 volt 40 amp, and the potted controller basically means it just has like some thermal gel in there to help dissipate the heat, just makes it work better. And yeah, like I said, from my experience, it freaking works. And the motor on this thing should be the same. It is a Hentech geared hub motor rated for, you can just barely see it right there where the chain is on this gear, 1500 watts nominal. Now it can definitely run more than 1500 watts nominal, but that's just saying it can sustain 1500 watts without overheating. Also, this motor has steel reinforced gears, making it much stronger than like a normal nylon geared hub motor. So it's pretty beast mode. I'll show you soon. If you want to throw a derailleur guard on there, you definitely can. It comes with a Shimano Tourney 7-speed derailleur. And I have to admit, I don't know what this directional pulley thing is here, but that's not normally on bikes I review, I don't think. And the rear rack comes installed. There's like a setup for pannier bags. And of course, the main battery. So nothing new here. The same old beast mode battery. 1176 watt hours, 60 volts, 19.6 amp hours, rounded up to 20 amp hours. It's got a little connection port, obviously, to charge it, as well as USB charger to charge your phone or something. And to charge everything, we get a charger. Got a little fan on it. 60 volts on a full charge, charges up to 60 67.2 volts, and this is a 3 amp charger. So if you ran both these batteries down to empty, it'd take about 6.5 hours to charge that one and about 5 hours to charge that one. There's a switch for it down here. You can check how full it is there. There's a button here to operate this light. So it's like you get 2 lights on the back. The one down here is wired into the main bike, and this one is separate. Charge port for the second battery is right here, and there is a key here, so maybe this thing is removable. Of course, we have the BMX riser style handlebars. Same display, I think. Faux leather ergonomic grips held in place by bolts, quarter twist throttle, 7-speed Shimano shifter. Here's your adjustments for your pedal assist and your grip on the left. Tektro hydraulic levers and a set of keys for each battery. Front wheel goes on front, and suddenly, my goodness, this bike is looking huge. This is the 19-inch frame. They have a 17-inch frame, which is smaller. In general, this is just a massive bike, and this one is even bigger in the 19. I mean, dude, look. Still gotta get that front wheel on there, but these handlebars come up like almost to my chest, and I'm 6'5". Front wheel secures down with a nut. I would not want a quick release on a bicycle like this. I mean, it's pretty much a motorcycle with pedals, of course. So let's get about 25 PSI on this car. I would not want to pump that up by hand. You gotta get this thing on the scale, man. Oh yeah, it's got some weight to it. Especially with that battery still on the back. So check it out. Tektro 4-piston hydraulic brakes. 4 pistons instead of 2 pistons gives you better stopping power. And that is another one of the features here on the Dual Star Tektro 4-piston brakes. And of course, Tektro 4-piston brakes all around. On the rear, listen how evil that motor sounds. Yeah, 203mm rotor on the rear, same thickness, 2.3mm. So as we can see, E-cells are taking their stopping power seriously. And while I have this bike flipped around, we can get a better look at the controller. Rated for 40 amps plus or minus 2 amps. That'd be peak current. And of course it is 60 volts and 20 amps is the nominal current. And let's just give it a little jiggle here, see how rigid everything is. Seems pretty freaking solid to me. Definitely don't see any sort of wobble going on there. And just a few more orders of business here before we get on the bike. Gotta put the pedals on. Oh, heck yeah, there's a second charger, all right. Basically just a copy paste of the first one, 3 amp charger, and a little kit of some sort here with a tire pump, happy riding, some patches, you know, if you get a flat, basic tools, and a little net for your cargo. Pedals are metal. I just gotta know, man, does that battery come off of here or not? Oh yeah, nice, slides right out. Very nice. So you don't have to run this thing on dual battery if you don't wanna. Keep the weight of the bike down. And there is one missing part on this e-bike I've not found yet. Well, I shouldn't say it's missing. Just stored in a little unusual location, which actually makes sense. In the original 5-star I reviewed, the headlight arrived a little bit broken, so very clever throwing it in the E-cells helmet here to give it a little protection. Looks like it actually worked. And suddenly this bike has a whole new appearance. Let's get a quick peek at the seat. E-cell seat with a quick release lever for easy adjustments. And here's what it's looking like. I like this seat. I didn't have any problems with my original 5-star seat. This appears to be the same. Definitely has a good level of squish to it and width. And real quick before I forget, there is a water bottle mount right there, as well as mounting points for your front rack. So we'll throw that battery on in just a moment. But let's get a quick weigh-in on this bike with no batteries on it. I'm standing on the scale and now picking up the whole bike, 283. And then setting the bike down, just me on the scale, 200. So about 83 pounds for just the bike, no batteries. And then you've got the little battery here, which weighs in at about 10.6 pounds. And then your main battery here weighs in at 13. So about 106 pounds with both batteries on there. So you know what time it is. Get that battery on there and get that battery on there. And let's get this thing fired up. E-cells. So same display, battery ship at 59 volts. And we get our motor output down here. Celsius, what is this baloney? We gotta switch that over to Fahrenheit. So there are advanced settings. Within about a second of turning it on, you hold the plus and minus. And then this is where all the goodies are. So you can unlock like the full power and fine tune all this stuff. Limit 32 kilometers an hour, what? That's gonna be the first thing we're gonna need to change it. Dial it on up. 269. And then these other C settings over here. I think 5 and 3 is how you unlock everything all the way. Basic, beautiful color display. We get the voltage readout obviously there. I think you can switch that to percentage as well. And then distance, time. But also it does have a little USB charger port on the back of it here. Oh, I guess I should show you the headlights. You hold that light right there. Boom. There's the headlight. And then you get your light on the back too, which functions as a brake light. And you grab the brake lever. And I guess that light back here too. This thing is an absolute unit of an electric bicycle. The seat is on minimum height. This is the 19-inch frame, so it's the bigger frame. You can't do 17-inch, and they also have a step-through frame. It's called the Step Star, same bike basically, but here I am, 6'5", 34 inseam, stepping on over to get aboard this bike on the minimum seat height. So with the seat on minimum, nice big rise on the handlebars, nice relaxed riding position. I can easily touch the ground, but I'm telling you, a lot of people probably aren't going to fit on this 19-inch frame. But the good news is for us giraffes, this bike will actually fit us pretty well. A lot of these bikes are kind of too small for me. So let's get that seat height on maximum. Seat height, maximum height here comes up to, well, let's just try and hop aboard here. Dude, it's like getting in a freaking monster truck. Like, it's like I have a little step to get on. I'm getting on board, buddy. Oh yeah. Wow. So, pedal stroke. Yeah, I'd say this bike actually fits me, which is nice. It has a nice BMX style handlebar rise, so nice comfortable riding position. Need to get that suspension dialed in, but obviously feeling soft. That D&M shock is very nice. Yeah, this bike's for the big boys on the 19-inch frame. I am freaking pumped to get out on this thing and try the dual battery setup. And I already know I pretty much love this bike, and we have different tires this time. Got the Kenda knobbies. Kind of curious if we're going to be able to go faster. I don't think I have the Tannis liner armor in these tires, so they might be lighter. We might be able to go faster. Hopefully we don't get a flat though. Let's just spin that motor up. All right, dudes, let's take out the E-Cells Dual Star electric bike. Of course, we're gonna fire up the Strava here so we can track our official range on these dual batteries on the 5-star. And also, I got into the settings here. Well, the battery's on full charge, but if you hold the plus and minus there, you gotta switch that one over to 3 and switch C4 to 0 and C5 to 10 to get the maximum power, maximum settings on this thing. You're on a full charge, and now we should be getting full power and full speed. So showing 4 to 5 there without a load. So let's climb aboard this trophy truck of an e-bike and get on out there. Freaking pumped for this one. I better dial this down. Duck under the chandelier there. And let's take a look at what those lights are looking like in here. Pretty bright headlight. A little bit of light on the rear there too. So let's give it a rip up the 20% grade. I mean, we already know it's gonna dominate. Let's try it with the dual battery here. We have it on pedal assist 5 and hop it aboard. Full throttle. Yeah, pretty much ripping up here. 23 something watts of power I saw there and absolutely dominated that. And right away, coming out here, I can tell just how giant this e-bike is. I'm sitting way up here and actually get like a proper pedal stroke on this thing with the 19-inch frame. If you're looking at getting this bike, don't get the 19-inch frame unless you're pretty darn tall. The 17-inch frame is like really big already. The 19-inch one is ginormous, which is excellent for me. I have that seat on max height. Now there is an option for a torque sensor on this bike. This one has the cadence sensor. Let's go ahead and feel this out. So I actually love the way the cadence sensor works on this one. I would definitely recommend get the cadence sensor if you get the E-Cells 5-star or dual star. This is just an excellent way to do it in my opinion. Pedal Assist 1 gives you basically about 250 watts, pretty much, you know, same thing as we saw on the 5-star. And really, I'm curious to see how this thing's gonna handle with that like extra battery back there on the back. Right away, I actually cannot notice the weight. So on Pedal Assist 1, you get access to all the power on the throttle, but you can control your power very nicely by pedaling here just a little bit. Then you can throw it on Pedal Assist 2 and it'll just kind of ramp it up just a little bit there. You might be able to see it says 400 watts. So Pedal Assist 3 on the cadence sensor gives you about 800 watts of power. It doesn't matter how hard you press on the pedals or anything. That is with the cadence sensor. You just you can ghost pedal, which means you can rotate your legs, not actually apply any power to the chain at all. Just rotate your legs and it'll give you power. So you can kind of control that more nicely. Just like turn your legs over when you don't want a lot of power. Just
I like it. And the torque sensor, you know, I have heard isn't the most refined, polished torque sensor. So I know the cadence sensor is excellent and I like the way it works. So another thing that's excellent about this bike is the chainring up front is ginormous. And what that allows you to do is actually pedal this thing at higher speeds. So we are in gear number 7 now, going 23, and we're gonna try out these Tektro 4 pistons behind the Cayenne turbo. Sounds all right. And pedal assist 30, man, just pretty chill here, going 20, and I can actually keep up with the pedaling, which is just excellent. Most e-bikes I review, my legs will be spinning just way faster than this at 20, and you can't keep up with the pedaling after 25 or so. So of course, full suspension e-bike. The original 5-star I had that had like quite a bit upgraded suspension, which I didn't really think the bike needed. It was nice. Yeah, this suspension is great, man. Like, this is fine. And we have the double wall chain guard on the front of this bike now, so the chain is not falling off. And we're gonna pop on out here and throw this thing on pedal assist 3 now, or pedal assist 4, it's giving 1170 watts of power. We're going on pedal assist 4 only 30 into a headwind, and we are a very upright riding position on this bike, even with like the seat on max height. Like, I'm just chilling, like so comfortable, upright riding position. This is like the best riding position. Not great for aerodynamics and range probably going this fast, but excellent for comfort. Let's go ahead and shift on over about 5 lanes here, then we'll try pedal assist 5 here shortly. So I heard that this thing actually doesn't run off both batteries at the same time, so at some point it should be switching us over to the rear battery. Right now we're at 65.5 volts. We'll see if that shoots back up to full voltage here soon, if it switches over to the other battery. And let's go ahead and get a 0 to 20 acceleration running. I'm actually gonna firm up the rear suspension a little bit just so it doesn't eat as much energy as we accelerate. There's so many people here, I'm not sure this is a good idea. So we have it on pedal assist 5, it's gonna be throttle only. GPS is right here. Ready, go! 10, 15, 20. This thing is just absurdly fast, dude. Once you try 60 volts, man, it's just crazy. And I do feel like firming up that suspension did actually make it launch a little harder. Because you gotta think, man, like when you get on the throttle, it just like, boom, sinks down like a high-powered Mustang or something, which actually makes for like kind of like a more pleasant ride when you have that suspension soft, because like it just like sinks you down in there. But technically, it will take away from your acceleration. Oh my goodness, dude, this thing's like about to pop a wheelie. And since we have basically the trophy truck, oh yeah, I might as well put that suspension to use there a little bit. Glass in the bike lane. I don't know if there's a Tannis armor liner in these tires or not, which if there isn't, we should be able to get a little more speed out of this thing. Which, speaking of speed, let's do a top speed run here. Ready, go, full throttle, and I'm gonna do throttle only for now. Showing 2,300 watts, already at 25, 26, 29, 30. Yeah, we're freaking cooking, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, I can feel the weight a little bit as we're getting up here faster. 25, please don't fall out, Tesla. 35, 36, throttle only, showing 1982 watts, 37. And I can actually pedal just a little bit here, so 39. And holy crap, dude, 40. Woo! Yeah, we are freaking cooking, man. So 40 miles an hour, and I don't have to pedal to do that. Let's merge back in traffic here. And yeah, just holding 39. So pretty much as expected. You know, we've already seen what the 5-star can do. Dual star can basically do the same thing, but for longer. Dude, my heart is like racing after that. It's like whipping and winding and weaving between traffic. Whew, man, this thing's got so much power. And it's so comfortable too. Like, this is just the best bike. So frame geometry, like there's like no wobble or anything, but like as I was like going faster, like the handling, I feel like it handles slightly different than the 5-star with a single battery. Not a concern, I mean, just kind of something I noticed, I guess, compared to, you know, I review a lot of bikes, so my God, dude, this thing is so fast. I will say this one does feel a little bit faster compared to my 5-star, the single battery 5-star. Speaking, I mean, dude, look at this. I'm not even like pedaling. We're just flying past everybody. I mean, I'm pedaling, but you know, I'm putting in like 50 watts of power, basically just feel like freaking Superman out here. And I'm like so high up here catching all this wind. Oh, I should have tucked, dude. I should have tucked to try and get a higher top speed. Maybe we should try that later, because after you start hitting like 39, 40, those speeds, like it's the wind resistance up here that is really like the limiting factor and like how fast you're gonna be able to go. And this looks like an absolute, shit show. Man, we could just run over all these scooters. I feel like we are in an absolute monster truck. There's the Mustangs I was talking about. The suspension, you know how I was talking about like the suspension, like it's like a muscle car suspension. So I did not bring the tire pump to add more tire pressure to these things, but we'll try it out there in the sand a little bit later. Probably get a little burnout here. Let's just floor it. And let's see if we can just hit this and if it'll actually get traction and stuff. Oh yeah! This is awesome, dude. This thing is just an absolute freaking monster truck. I'm a little concerned if I start tipping over though. This 19-inch frame puts me so high off the ground, I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to catch myself. That actually went pretty smooth. Holy crap, dude, that guy has a wheel off the ground going around the corner on that thing. And it sounds like mini bike madness going on up here. The police are coming. There's the police. Hopefully they don't come for me. Yeah, it's gonna be absolute madness out here today. Those things are so freaking loud. My ears hurt so much right now. I better stay away, man. I feel like the riding still. A little bit of burnout going on there. This thing is like literally the opposite of a mini bike. I'm like, I can like just run over everybody here. I gotta get out of here before I run somebody over. Whoa, dude. This thing about took off on me. All right, let's just go on and cut through here and, oh yeah, see how she does. That'll do it. I really need to drop my tire pressure a little bit. I had to slow down because I saw that one wheel. I didn't want to collide with him. You know, one thing that's nice about the e-bikes is the fumes. You don't smell the fumes, and then also these things are pretty much completely silent. I mean, relative to the gas bike. This one does make a little bit of noise because it does have like the steel reinforced gears on the geared hub motor, but yeah, there's a little bit of noise there, not bad at all. Just give it a rip up here. No pedaling at all. And yeah, trophy truck suspension. So yeah, the D&M shock. I really can't tell much of a difference between this and the upgraded suspension personally, but I think the C&M shock on the rear is excellent, and the dual crown fork with that you get with the dual star package, I mean, it's great, man. I did not notice the voltage or anything change on that battery. It looks like it's still showing 64.9 volts. And let's see how this feels, just rolling down these stairs nicely. Oh yeah, great suspension, man. Part of me always wants to try and rip it up here, but I don't have the skill, man. There it is, bike.
It's a nice looking bike.
You want to try and see if you can fit on this thing?
Yeah, sure.
How tall are you again?
5'10".
So this, I don't know what like the minimum height for this one is, but okay, so you can get on there.
Wow, it feels good.
Does it feel good?
The handlebars.
Yeah, the handlebars like is everything. The riding, yeah, the riding position on this one is like so relaxed.
Very nice.
Yeah. So that actually fits you better than I thought. For, you know, 5'10", that's pretty good.
Look, I'm almost
Yeah,
flat-footed here.
Yeah, you can touch the ground.
On mine, I can't be flat-footed.
Really?
Yeah. You know what? These back shocks are a lot better than mine.
Oh yeah.
Much better.
You can actually upgrade that, but I think the D&M is honestly like perfect for most people. I just wanted to see how you would fit on it.
Yeah, how about if I take it in one loop?
You can, but you got to be careful, man. This thing is really powerful. It'll go 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll be careful.
The power's a lot more controllable if you use the pedaling rather than throttle.
Okay.
But if you want all the juice, use the throttle.
I'll be careful. Don't worry. Wow, this thing is monster.
Did you?
Power. Not like mine. Mine doesn't have the fast start. A lot of power.
Looks like he's having fun.
It's like a Tesla.
Yeah.
The power. I'll take it.
So let's give it a little sand test here. See what's going on around here. Just kind of going full throttle here. Looks like a little bit of e-bike there, just chilling, full throttle in here. Yeah, not pedaling this thing at all, and we are on full PSI on these tires, so we'd be getting a little better traction, put down our power a little better if we had it dialed, that PSI dialed down just a bit. And let's just go ahead and monster truck it here on over that. And while we're at the monster trucking, let's go ahead and do a little bit more of that. Overtake the pedal cyclists here. Oh gosh, I'm gonna be way too tall to be going through these bushes. Oh my goodness. This is a chest mount cam, so just imagine how much higher my head was there. Yeah, man, this suspension is what's up. All right, let's go get to take a real rip on this thing. Looks pretty crowded here. Let's just bust off here and give it a full throttle. So we're cranking through. It says 2,500 watts in the really, really loose sand here. And maybe that battery is, I need to drop the PSI in these tires or something, I think. It hasn't rained here in like months, so the sand is a little softer than typical. But pulling 2,400 watts here. And as the sand's starting to get a little bit more compact here, we're picking up speed 6 miles an hour and pushing this motor. So it does have the potted controller. So the controller shouldn't have any problems with overheating. Shouldn't. We'll see as we, oh gosh, kind of lost my balance here. Oh, I can barely touch the ground because I'm on the 19-inch frame with the seat on max height, which is ideal for pedaling, not really ideal for off-roading. I really need to drop this seat height just a little bit. Oh my goodness, it is crowded, man. I really shouldn't even be down here, but keep it rolling. Yeah, once we get down here to like the little bit softer sand, we're doing a little bit better. Put down the power. I think it'd be doing a lot better if the tire pressure was dropped down a bit. We are on knobby tread, so traction shouldn't really be an issue. How am I gonna get out of here? There's so many people. I'm just like looking over here to the left. I see nowhere to exit. I guess I'll just try and skate through here. So full throttle. All right. Skating through here, 2,400 watts. So you know, maybe having that second battery on there, just adding a little bit more weight. I feel like the original 5-star did a little bit better on the sand. Yeah, we're kind of skating through here. It's putting down all the power. Oh man, I feel guilty. I'm just like full throttle in this motor. The bike is like basically stopped doing 2,300 watts of power, so there's got to be some heat building in that motor. And off to the races as soon as you can get that. Get those tires through the sand. Let's go ahead and feel this motor controller, see if it got hot at all. Yeah, a little bit warm. Controller's a little bit warm as well, so it's fine. So yeah, man, I'd have to say the tire pressure and the second battery back there probably had a little bit of a negative impact compared to the original 5-star that I reviewed. Getting that ticket for something, I wonder why. So let's go ahead and run up the California incline, 85 feet tall, 12% grade. See some flashing sirens down that way. We'll go check that out here soon. We're gonna start with the spiral section here with the E92 M3 blocking. We're gonna work our way around here and get on the throttle. Probably not full throttle coming up this thing. We don't need all the power, but yeah, just absolutely destroying this spiral section here. As you can see, yeah, 12 miles an hour. And I gotta say, man, these Tektro 4-piston hydraulic brakes are feeling pretty excellent. Let's go ahead and give it a rip here from the base of the California incline. And 13, 15, we already verified the speedometer is accurate. 20, pulling 2,300 watts. Uphill, 24. 25, oh my God, dude. 26, we're about to go absolutely flying past some acoustic cyclists here. My goodness. 27.6, oh my goodness. That was way too fast going up the California incline there, but we did what we did. All right, let's try the brakes. So, huge rotors, 203 millimeter rotors, Tektro brakes, 4-piston hydraulic. Let's see what kind of speeds we can hit here. Going down. Holy smokes, dude. This guy's way too close. I'm letting off. And full throttle. And there's people. Yeah, these brakes are fire, dude. These feel really, really good. Oh gosh, that car is not looking good at all. Maybe he had a problem with his brakes. Go around Santa Monica ambulance. No bikes. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. I lost it. like these dudes. Yep. Oh my goodness, that is a motorcycle down over there, dude. Holy crap, that is not good, dude. That guy said his car started swerving, so he was like part of it. Ooh, moped down, bro. I'm gonna try and get out of here before I get taken out as well. This is not looking good. Turn this pedal assist down just a little bit. Yeah. Not good. I guess we're on the one. That was a little dicey, I'm not gonna lie. Here comes the champion guy. Champion?
Let's do it. You got it.
That dude's so awesome. I like pass by the champion guy like I'm trying to get a semi to honk his horn when I'm a kid. So let's get a little 20-0 in here. Shouldn't take too much effort here to get up to 20. And oh my goodness, yeah. So a little bit of sand there. Oh, so much power on this bike, bro. Let's get one more rip in on that. So 20-0. These brakes are fantastic. Oh, soccer ball, can't reach it. We'll get it, throw it back. I got you. We'll be good Samaritans.
Thank you so much, appreciate that. Where you do your brake test, right?
I'm just doing dumb shit here, man. Just doing burnout, zero.
Another e-cell, huh?
Did you get your 5-star yet?
No, it's not gonna come until like September. I ordered that. I ordered the dual star.
Oh, nice.
I ordered the double crown with the extra battery.
Heck yeah.
I asked them to switch out the bars because I didn't want the BMX bars.
Okay.
So I got the straight bars.
Okay,
So
yeah.
they put straight bars on it.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I'll give you a little more aerodynamics.
Yeah,
I know you like that long stretched out.
I do, because I like my shit to stand out, so I bought like some pink tires.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
You're gonna see me from far away. Saw a guy, he was riding one. It was like a guy that I think was from Africa or something like that. He
Okay.
had like an accent, and I was talking to him, and I was like, how'd you find out about this bike? He was like, I was watching this guy, this redhead white guy, you know. And I was like, man, I know exactly who you're talking about. He was like, he did a really cool review on it, and I loved it, so then I went and bought it.
Honestly, everybody wants something different, so that's my job. I just show and tell, basically. It's like being in 3rd grade, except with these kind of toys. My goodness, man, listen to all those mini dirt bikes over there, dude. We gotta go investigate this a little further. I just hear them making so much racket over there. Yeah, we missed the bulk of it. It was insane though. There's so many of them. Basically like what we saw earlier times like 10. So we're gonna head on home, check the final range, but first let me share my final thoughts on the A-Cells Dual Star. I mean, basically it's the same thing as a 5-star except you get more range and the upgraded fork, obviously. It does cost $500 more, but there is a pretty decent discount going on, and a link below this video in the description box. So if you do decide you want to grab one of these bikes and you would also like to help support my reviews as well as get the best price, click on that link down below the video, buy through that link, it'll get you the best price and help support my channel. Currently, the 5-star or the Dual Star is still my absolute favorite electric bike. I mean, this thing just rides so nice and it fits me so well. 60 volts is just the jam, dude. I just love it. And you can actually pedal this thing going fast, so like, just feels like a bike on the juice. So basically, if you haven't bought this bike and you're looking for something pretty intense, just buy it. Click on that link below the video and buy it. That's my final thoughts. All right, here's the deal. This thing has PSI. So let's drop the PSI here and give it a rip on the sand. So just for the record, we are at 17.7 miles, which is usually like I'm done riding by then. We are at 61.9 volts on the battery. This is batteries, and what we're gonna do here is just drop the PSI in this tire and see how it does on the sand. I just know it can do better than what we saw. I'd say that's 12. Oh no, that's lower than that. Now I'm definitely scared of a pinch flat, but let's get out here and rip a little bit, see how it does. Oh yeah, this is shredding way better. I think that sand before was like, oh my goodness, yeah, we're doing like 20 now, holy crap. So a little bit of change in the tire pressure definitely goes a long way because we're getting way better traction putting that power down. Yeah, we're just crushing now, but this is definitely taking a beating on the battery, so we'll see where we end up on range. Holy crap, yeah, I think that sand before was like, I don't know, something wasn't adding up there. I was like, I know this thing does way better than that. We're going 20 miles an hour now on the sand. Oh my goodness, look at that bump. That would have been a pinch flat if I would have hit that bump. Whip this thing back around. That was like a half mile or so. Oh, I'm losing traction. I can barely reach the ground. No pinch flats, no pinch flats. Yeah, man, we are absolutely crushing now that This thing has a little bit of lower PSI in here. Why did I ever even come out on the sand with full PSI? And this has got to be absolutely decimating the range, by the way. We've probably been out here for, oh, I don't know, maybe about more than a half mile. Definitely like at least 1 mile. 17.8, and I'm about to lose control and crash this thing if I don't dial it down a bit. We're just gonna guess, because I don't have my gauge. What kind of juice we got left in this thing? I'm about to run this Mercedes over, dude. I will run you over. Let me get a bit of a tuck. Honestly, pedaling doesn't really help much. It's all about wind resistance once you get up to these speeds. 38, slow down, it says. And now would probably be a good time to talk about any sort of wobble or anything I experienced along the way, and absolutely not, no. This thing's been like super solid, super stable. Feels like a freaking motorcycle with pedals, honestly. And just rolling over 22 miles, average speed 10.85. At 2 hours ride time, almost 22's all the way across, and showing 2 out of 4 bars remaining, exactly sitting at 60.0 volts. I just want like all these numbers to line up at 22. There we go, 202, and almost 22.22 there too. So yeah, that's pretty much what's expected, honestly. I mean, no real surprises on range. I mean, we have basically almost double the range, double the battery. Pretty killer setup, and this thing just draws so much power. I think dual battery is the way to go on this thing, considering it's only $500 more to add the dual battery, and you get the dual crown fork. I mean, and you can take the battery off, that back battery, if you only want to, you know, keep the weight down and keep a more lightweight ride for a shorter ride, but you have the option to extend your ride as well. So all around, I mean, E-Cell's 5-star, E-Cell's dual star, just bad to the bone e-bike. Just buy yourself one of these if you haven't already. I mean, you just can't go wrong with this thing, dude. This thing rocks. Unless you want a boring bike. And that's the bottom line, but you know, if this isn't your thing, maybe you want to watch this video, because YouTube is suggesting that you check it out. YouTube knows everything, so yeah, just go watch this video next.